I chased society's idea of success for years, but it just left me burnt out. So I quit. I quit my job, I quit the rat race, all of it. I realized that success isn't what we've been told. Here's how I chose to redefine it and what it means to me now. Hi, I'm Emily. I'm a therapist in private practice and a slow living enthusiast. And you're watching another one of my podcast sit down videos where we talk about what I've been thinking about, what's on my mind, in the hopes that it will resonate with you. And again, we have my puppy Haley here to join us. She is going to be my co-host. So let's talk about success. If you were to ask me what success meant to me when I was in my 20s, I would have told you that it was really based around prestige. Having a job that was really well regarded by society, maybe like a managerial position, something that's a bit higher up with a salary that to match. And then when I became a therapist, it was to be an expert in my field with regards to therapy, maybe an expert in a certain approach or a certain ideology. I would have loved also to be a professor at a university. Like if I could be a professor at a university, that would be like success. That would be a success for me. And of course, like money is a part of how I viewed success, but really the big thing for me at that time was the prestige around the role I would acquire. And to really meet that idea of success, I pushed myself to work hard. I hustled at work. I really wanted to be viewed in a positive light by my employers, by my peers, and I even by my teachers when I was doing my master's degree while working full time. Yeah, high overachiever. So that was a difficult time for me. It was most of my 20s where I was working myself really to the bone. And if you've been following me for any amount of time, you'll know that I had a burnout in 2021, and it was a very severe burnout where I was off work for 6 months. And at that time is when I started embracing slow living, which is, recognizing your values, living aligned with them, recognizing what matters most to you, figuring out what's essential, and, really living a life that is aligned with that. And I would love to tell you that I totally shifted my view of success right then and there, but no, it took a while still. And I'd even say that my view of success has continued to change over the years because we as individuals have different seasons of life and our values change. What matters most changes. For me right now, I really value having a calm life, having the energy to spend with my family, my daughter, my friends. And because that's so important to me, I want to build a business. I have two businesses, but build my businesses around that to support that. And so if ever you feel that your idea of success changes a lot, that's not an issue. And if people comment, because people like to comment, it's like, oh, you wanted to do this before. Remember when you wanted to do this and now you want to do that? Like, what's going on? That's normal. That's normal to want change and to adapt with what's coming up. It just shows me and should show you that you're very attuned with yourself and you're very aware of your inner world. And for me, that's actually a strength. So the fact that what you want from life changes and that you're aware of this and you're able to communicate that and adapt to it is really, really awesome. And I think you should really be proud of yourself for recognizing that within yourself. That being said, oh my gosh, Haley. I think she wants to run away. She doesn't like this conversation. Bye bye, Haley. That being said, it's still a hard thing to describe my idea of success to others because it's a bit complicated in the sense that I want a life where I have my slow mornings with my family, my time for myself, my gym in the morning, time in the evenings, my energy, not overworking myself. But at the same time, I want to build businesses that, you know, will earn, like I'm wanting to, like my authentic living guidance business, I'm on the journey to earn $1 million with that business, build $1 million business. And someone might think, well, that doesn't align, but it still does, because I'm just building it in a way that is sustainable. And it just means that the work that I do, which is I'm a knowledge worker, people pay for my judgment and my support, is I need to charge with regards to that. And to do so, you also still need to have some credibility. And like these videos hopefully are acting in part of my credibility. So you can still want money and a prestigious job and a soft life, a slow life. It's just knowing what is the goal. So for me, success would be building this life around my family, where I prioritize my family, and my business supports that. And I was listening to this podcast and I took notes, because what the person was saying was just so aligned of like the kind of business I'm building. And for me, this is a lifestyle business. And it's where you focus your business around creating time for yourself as well as net worth, right? Because the money will support the life where you can have more freedom. And the way that you're going to approach that kind of business is very different from other people in society who might approach it as building an empire, right? Because if you're building a company to eventually hand down to somebody else or to sell and gain money from, like let's say Layla and Alex Hormozy, they build businesses where you can build a business and then sell it, and then you're well off. So that way of building a business is very different than building a lifestyle business where the whole goal is that the business is going to give you freedom in your life. So my goal with my business is that I want space, right? And that will change the way I approach the market. And it has. And I was reading another book. I know I keep referencing books in these videos, but I was reading this book and I took a screenshot so I would be right ready for you. And the book is called The Psychology of Money, Timeless Lessons on Wealth, Greed, and Happiness by Morgan Housel. Morgan Housel. It's a very popular book. And I don't know if we can see that. It's a very popular book. And I was listening to the audiobook. And one thing he says in here that like really struck a chord with me, that I was like, this is it, this is success. How he defines success is the freedom to do what I want, when I want, for as long as I want. I'm going to repeat that again. The freedom to do what I want, when I want, for as long as I want. And at first glance, you might be like, okay, so I can just go on a yacht and party and whatever. Sure, that could be it. But for me, it's like when I started my career as a therapist, I started back up at my old job, and then I went to another job to gain experience. And I had some money put aside, and I knew I'm going to do this job until I get more experience to bolster my credibility, to then get a job that's more aligned, start my private practice. And so that's like the freedom to do what I want, which is gain experience, when I want it, which was during that time of my career, for as long as I want, for as long as I need to do this until I reached my licensing hours. And so that's the goal here. And in terms of like, if you have a business, it's like, I want to do my private practice for as long as I want to do it until I decide that it's not what I want anymore. I don't want to feel stuck. And for you, it's like, I hope that when you take jobs, when you change jobs, you can do so not out of necessity, but out of choice. You can choose to change the job because this is what you want to do instead. And you'll meet different jobs along the way that fill a different need in your development. So The freedom to do what you want, what kind of job you want, when you want to do it, for as long as you want. And that comes, I think, from having a financial buffer, from having money put aside so that you can make those choices that are best aligned with your well-being and not just doing so out of necessity. So for me, I want that. I want to have no debt. I want to pay off my mortgage. I want the safety and security. So no matter what is going on in my life, I will never feel stuck. That is success for me. That I don't feel stuck and that I can follow my interests, my passions, and my skill set. And right now, I feel like I'm doing that. When I first started with private practice, I felt like I had taken the first steps to do that, but it was still like, okay, you're a therapist, you're going to start private practice. It's the only option for you. But now I have this YouTube channel and my Instagram, and I offer mentorship, and I have some mentorship clients that I'm working with, and it's very growth oriented work, and I get to really dive deep in my passion of slow living. And so that for me is the freedom. I'm doing what I want to do it, what I want to do, when I want to do it, for as long as I want to do it. And when my daughter becomes older and goes off to school, maybe it will change a bit. Maybe I'll do different kinds of things. And that's what's so magical, is that success is being able to choose. Success is being able to choose the life that you want to live. And for me, that's truly amazing. So I would highly recommend that book if you're looking for a book to read, Psychology of Money. It's very interesting. Another one that really aligns with this idea of success is the book Buy Back Your Time, Get Unstuck, Reclaim Your Freedom, and Build Your Empire by Dan Martell. And that's this idea, like this is like key for me, because if I'm building a business that's like $1 million business, you better believe I'm going to have to buy back my time. I'm going to have other people editing my videos. I'm going to have other people posting things that I've created. I'm going to have other people scheduling things for me. It's going to be, you have to buy back your time. And success is being able to do so that I can use my time in the way that I want to take care of myself and do the things that give me energy. Oh my gosh, Haley. So yeah, what does success look like for you? If ever you're not quite sure, in my mentorship program that I still have a couple of spots left. I have about 3 spots left for the next few months. If you would like to join, we can explore what success looks like for you based on your values, what matters most, and we can figure out the roadmap to get you there and figure out what is actually in the way of that. Now, my dog is crying because she wants me to go put her outside. So I'm going to go do that. And I'm debating right now if I should just delete this and restart. But you know what? It's life. Life with Emily. Give me some ideas for this podcast name. I really don't know. Anyway, write down in the comments what does success look like for you, and I'll see you in the next episode. Keep living your authentic life. Bye.